something. With all the distractions that you have off the field, how are you able to keep focused on winning football games as you do and do throughout the year?
When you have great coaches, then after you have great coaches, you get great players. You have a great organization, and you tell them one thing: just win, baby.
Marketing come up with that for him. Those were his phrases that he came up with, that he believed in.
Just win. Play hard. Try not to make mistakes. But don't worry about mistakes, because there's only one thing that counts. Just win. Just win.
Yo, welcome back to the SC Raiders Talk, aka boy Eric, and I'm back. I'm back again. We back. I know I skipped Saturday, but it's for a good reason. And at the end of the day, I dropped a little bit of YouTube short for everybody, man. A little edit. But shout out to everybody, man. Blessings to you guys and family, man. I appreciate you guys for being here, coming in slowly but surely, man. Shout out to everybody. Like I said, hopefully everybody's week starting off great. It's Monday, but see, the good thing about this Monday, it's not no basic Monday. It's not no, it's another Monday. It's not no, oh, nothing's gonna happen this week. Something's gonna happen this week. It is time for the NFL season to kick off. The Raiders football starts this week officially. I don't know about y'all, but I'm excited as hell. I ain't gonna lie. I hate the off season because it feels so like it's been ages. You feel me? But we back. It's that week, Raiders football week, NFL week, all those things, man. But let me give a shout out to who's here so far, man. Shout out to Jalen. What's good? Salute. Jeffrey, what's good? Good to see you, man. Hope all is well. Lord Rachitas, what's good? Good to see you, Lord Javier Rodriguez in the building. Salute, salute. Willie Wayne, salute, salute. Good to see you guys, man. Hope all is well. Blessings, blessings. Carl, salute to you as well. Shout out to everybody coming in, man. I appreciate you guys. Today, you feel me? Not the official preview yet, but just a little outlook on what we're going to see from the Raiders this upcoming season. What's the predictions? Stuff like that. You feel me? At the end of the day, the week is here, right? The week is here. Lord Rachitas is still a maybe. It is still a maybe. I'm not sure. It's a maybe for me. It's a maybe for me. I'll keep everybody updated, obviously. And obviously, if I end up not going, I'm most likely gonna be live on the day of, or probably still Saturday like I usually do. So I'll keep you guys updated. I'm not sure yet though. It's 50-50 for me this year, but I'm gonna try my hardest to go. That's a fact. But of course, let me see. Of course, let's get straight into it, right? Let's just get straight into what we got for today. You feel me? The expectations, are they too high or too low for the Raiders, man? That's the first thing that we're going to talk about. You know, I would say when the season schedule happened, people had their expectations. It was pretty high. And then everybody watched the Raiders play in preseason. And for probably half the fan base, if not 75% of the fan base, changed their outlook on the season. I'm not going to lie. A good 75%, I would say, changed their outlook in the season, saying that we're probably not going to even win more than 7 games, or eight games, or even worse than last year. Of course, you know, I'm more of a guy that's like, I gotta see the first, second, third game of the regular season for me to really determine what type of team we have. You know, for me, preseason does matter in a sense of you get to see who has the abilities, who's got the heart, who's got the competitiveness, who's got everything to do with the Raider, right? But at the end of the day, it's very vanilla. I mean, it's very vanilla, right? The first two games was pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie, but the third game kind of showed what they're capable of, depth wise, against even the number one guys in the other team. I mean, the Niners are one of the best teams in the NFL. As much as I hate to say it, it's the reality. And they had their first stringers out there, and they struggled a little bit against our second and third. Um, but then our second and third stringers looked a little bad in the first and second game. So for me, it kind of dictates that hey, they're getting their groove a little bit. Not saying that it's a huge thing either. Um, Hopefully they come out and they play well against the Chargers this upcoming week. Oh well, this week, obviously. But for me, as far as the season expectations, I don't think they're high or low. I think it's in between. I think because the nation is so split on oh this they're gonna win 10 games, 11 games, 12 games. Oh, they're gonna win 6 games, 7 games, 8 games, maybe nine. Stuff like that. I really think it's kind of in the middle. I think as of recently, what I have seen from people, I think it's a little bit of a low expectation, which is understandable because, hey, I mean, last year I didn't even give a record prediction because I had no faith in the goddamn team last year the way I do in this year. And that obviously everybody got their reasons, but last year I just seen the team, seen the coaching staff, and I was like, I don't know. I don't know. This year I'm kind of like, okay, the coaching staff is pretty good, right? Obviously, Antonio Pierce has a lot to learn. Um, but besides that, he brought in people like Marvin Lewis. He brought in a lot of coaches out here that are really good position coaches and really good coaching staff in general. But for me, obviously, I think that it's been a middle expectation. I think it's understandable. I know a lot of people don't want to get disappointed again, but I feel that. What have you heard about Brock Bauer or Jackson Powers Johnson? So Brock Bauer should be ready week one. That's what I have seen. That's what I've read. That's what I've researched. Brock Bauer should be ready week one. Now Jackson Powers, on the other hand, there was some reports that he might not be available, and then there's other reports that he will be available. So it kind of looks like a little mixed feeling. I wouldn't doubt it if he doesn't play, just because of the safety precaution. The guy is a really good player coming out of college, and we need him to be as healthy as possible for the future. And against the Chargers, as much as I would love to see Jackson Powers out there, I think that our best bet is to put somebody else in that position for now and have Jackson Powers on the bench just to keep him really, you feel me, keep him a little safe, make sure he doesn't pull something again or get hurt again. Because you've seen he was hurt, he came back in practice, then got hurt again. So we can't risk that at all. We cannot risk that. So for me personally, I know Brock Bauer should be ready week one, but Jackson Powers might be a maybe. It's a maybe. But in my opinion, I think he should sit out just because I think we got decent, I would say decent depth at that position, in the guard position, that I feel like I would be comfortable with him sitting out week one. The Chargers obviously have a good defense when healthy. And and Harbaugh is a good coach, but at the end of the day, we don't know what they're gonna come at us. And I think that we have enough depth on that O line to really cover that guard position. I think I would have been more worried if he played tackle, just because I feel like the tackle position is a little bit, you feel me, on the underneath depth, right? But the good thing is Colton Miller as well. He should be back. So Colton Miller, most likely Theron Mudford on the other side, or even Glaze, man. Glaze has surprised me. So you feel me? I'm not gonna question that pick no more. He surprised me. And then obviously you have the guard positions in Parham, and then Andre James in the middle, and then most likely you could put anybody else in that position. To be honest, Pete Whitehair, right? I would kind of prefer Whitehair to be there just because he's the veteran. I think he's more capable of a guard than Pete. I think he'll do well there, and I think for the first game that would be well to have a veteran up in that own line, besides Colton Miller and stuff, to just get everything gelled. You feel me? So yeah, again, Buck Bauer should be good week one. Jackson Powers most likely will not play, or he might have a limited snaps, but I don't expect him to play a lot of snaps, to be honest. Oh wait, oh here we go. But yeah, so we'll see what happens, right? Uh Shout out to Biao. What's good, Biao? Good to see you. Hope all is well. Shout out to Biao in the building. Salute, salute. Good to see you. But for me, obviously the expectations are kind of in the middle. We gotta wait and see what happens there. Now, moving on here. The offense, okay? The offense has been a question for everybody. I mean, pretty much everybody that I see is a Raider fan has been questioning the offense. What will they rank? Will they rank high? Will they rank low? Will they perform? Will they put up points on the board? Is Gardner Minshew really the one? Should have been Aiden O'Connell? Should we have drafted a high-end quarterback? Should we have trade for a quarterback? All these different questions throughout the offseason. And people still have questions today. If Gardner Minshew could put us over the hump and really elevate this offense into scoring. Now, the question I have is, of course, will the Raiders' offense rank in the top half? For me, it's tough. It's tough because it would be what, this top 16 if I did my math correctly based on the 32 teams. I think 16, right? Top 16. Last year we were in like late in the 20s. um, we weren't even close to the 16, 15, 14, 13 range. And we weren't close to what we were before, where we were a top 10 offense every year. But I will say, is the offense capable of it? Yeah, and the reason why I say is the offense is capable of it because of the firepower we have. We have Devontae Adams, Jacoby Myers, in some people's eyes, is a number one. For me, obviously, I think he could be a number one in certain teams, but I do think he's a great number two, man. A great, 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 like amazing number. If he's not a top number, like when you list all the number twos, he should be number one or number two. Actually, just number one that I could think of. So, a great receiver. And then Brock Bowers, as long as he comes back healthy, which I expect it to be good week one, a guy that already showed just based on a couple catches how good he could be. A generational talent for sure. Was it necessary to pick him? No. But is it good to have him? Yeah. Um, and then an O line that is gonna do better under a new scheme, a new offensive coordinator, um, plus Michael Mayer coming back healthy, wanting to play. Because remember, Michael Mayer even on press conference said, "Hey, he didn't even want to play last year. That's how bad it was." So, obviously, it kind of shows what type of culture that we're building here, and what type of culture in general we're building here, right? Then, of course, you still have Harrison Bryant that I believe could block as well. And then you got a bunch of running backs that could do a decent job. Kind of like Amir Abdullah, that could do a good job there blocking. Uh, Zamir White, I haven't seen too much of him blocking, but I mean, I think he should be fine with the strength he has now. He just has to have that vision. I think that's all he needs. Um, and then obviously the catching abilities and special teams ability of Amir and Dylan Lobby, obviously. And then we still have Tyreek McAllister that he could be a running back or wide receiver. He was once a running back and now he switched to wide receiver, so he could play that role, kind of like a little bit of a jack of all trades type of dude, right? Uh, and then you have an offensive coordinator that, hey, so far, I'm not gonna say that it was his fault in Chicago, and I'm also not gonna say it was the quarterback's job, a quarterback's fault for Chicago, but I will say that so far we have learned that Justin Fields is hard to work with, and we found out that the offense in preseason was vanilla. So there's still questions, right? But so far, kind of looks like it was more of the quarterback than it was Getsy. So hopefully, Getsy is a better offensive coordinator than what we had last year. Obviously, that's 100%. I think we could all agree there. So for that, it gives me a lot of faith. Um, Ricky Manning, that's the defensive side of the ball. My bad. But obviously, the offense has a pretty good coaching staff and a pretty good core around the quarterback. Now, Gardner Minshew, of course, is a question. Like you guys always say, it's a question because we don't know what he's capable of this year. But I do believe in Gardner Minshew in getting us down the field and getting the necessary points we could get. I'm a veteran that could grasp any playbook. It looks like a guy that could a great locker room guy. So hopefully that, you feel me, stands out at week one this upcoming week, and hopefully it stands out throughout the season. Shout out to Burpee Reaper. What's good? We'll find out week one. That's a fact. Egalitarian in the bit. It was good. Good to see you, man. Oh, Snappy showed up. Yup. Shout out to Cool Kev. What's good, Cool Kev? Shout out to you. Shout out to you. You already know. Let me see if I could switch this one. There we go. But yeah, of course, of course. And if you haven't yet, hey, hit that like button, please, please, please hit that like button and subscribe. And also, hey, go follow my Instagram, please. Gonna get more active on there. You feel me? Graphics, lives, and just more, updates and stuff like that. So please, please go over there. And again, for everybody coming on in, if you're new, I'm gonna do this throughout the show. You feel me? Just to remind everybody, this is the stream schedule. Of course, today and then Wednesday, the 2 for 1 Nation podcast, and then Saturday. Usually my Saturdays are going to be the preview to Sunday's game right there at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 4 p.m. Eastern. On Wednesdays, 2 for 1 Nation podcast with my brother Twan. We're going to preview the game, the upcoming game, and during game weeks, recap the past game and preview the game. And then obviously Mondays like today, usually a game happened yesterday, right? In the following weeks, and today would be the post game pretty much, right? So that's how the stream schedule is going to go, just to remind y'all. But yeah, TBD, nah, it's not TBD. So yeah, will the Raiders offensive rank in the top half? My answer to that is I don't know. I think I have to see the first, second, and third game. Like I said, that's really that's really gonna dictate my outlook for the rest of the season, as far as the offensive ranking, right? Now, can the Raiders be a top 10 defensive unit? This one is 100% yes. We not only was already looking like a top 10 defense towards the end of last year, especially with Patrick Graham kind of, he kind of said it. The handcuffs were off, man. He wasn't limited no more. He was free, and you've seen how good the defense was. So now that happened, you feel me? We brought in Christian Wilkins. We needed Max Crosby to get help. We needed Max Crosby to get some help. He got it with Christian Wilkins. I mean, last year he got it too with Malcolm Kuntz. And if Malcolm Kuntz could continue to elevate the way he has, plus the addition of Christian Wilkins, there's no doubt in my mind that this defensive unit could be top 10. I think the safeties we have could be a top 10 defensive a safety duo. And I'm going to stand on that throughout the season. They're capable of it. They're 100% capable of it. And if they don't do it, it's gonna, a little bit disappointing, because I know what they're capable of and their potential and what they have shown. The elevation of Epps, his knowledge of the game, his veterancy, and then you have somebody like Trayvon Merrick that a season ago, about a season and a half ago, everybody was calling for his head, saying he was garbage and stuff like that. Then the following season, he became one of the best safeties, the top end of safeties, right? The top 15 end of safeties, specifically free safeties, right? So that could only get better with a great defensive line. And obviously there's going to be times where the defensive line can't get to the quarterback, and that's where our linebackers come in. And I think with Antonio Pierce still there, and everything we have there, with the likes of Rob Leonard, Marvin Lewis, all these different guys that came into the Raiders team, I think it could really elevate our team. I think that alone makes our team better and makes our defense better, for a fact. Shout out to SoCal South. Salute. Chronicles of Black Hole. What's good, OG? There are troops that could run our offense than Josh McDouchebag. There you go, man. Josh McDouchebag. Yeah, he's the reason why we could have possibly won at least one or two more games last year, and that could have been the factor, right? That could have been the factor. Obviously moving on here, the players who can make a big difference in the 2024 season. This, obviously, there's a lot of players that can make a big difference in the 2024 season. And by big difference, I mean big difference in us winning, right? And I think one of the players that who could make a big difference, and remember who could, is Gardner Minshew and even Aiden Connor, the quarterbacks, right? As long as they play up to a level that is decent enough, we could win games. It will be a big difference in our 2024 season. If they play horrible, like many of us are predicting, then obviously it's going to make a big difference itself. We're going to lose games, but I think that there will be a positive difference. I hope so. I'm hoping and I'm believing in Gardner Minshew right off gate. I'm expecting him to really elevate this offense and at least put up more points than what we did last year. And then on top of that, I think another player that can make a big difference is Christian Wilkins, man. We predict that he should be a really good player at that defensive line, and especially with him, if he could go up to his potential, and he's in his prime, by the way, if he could continue rising, I think he could do a really good job with Max Crosby, with Malcolm Kuntz. Another guy that can make a huge difference is Jacorian Bennett. And why I say Jacorian Bennett, because it kind of looks like it might be most likely Jacorian Bennett on the other side, and then he could do a decent enough job. Our cornerback room will be safe, and as long as he could stay healthy, everything will be safe, because we already have Jack Jones, Nate Hobbs, and if you put on Jacorian Bennett in that picture and he does really good, then our cornerback room should be set, and that would only elevate our safety room, right? Another person that could make a big difference is the running back room in general. If the running back room could play up to par, this offense could really be firing on all cylinders. And that's only if, right? These are who could make a big difference, right? And then obviously one main factor, one person in particular that is a coach that could make a big difference is Luke Getsy. Getsy, our offensive coordinator, could be another guy that makes a big difference. The reason why is it's a proven offensive coordinator pretty much. I mean, in some people's eyes, they may say he's not proven, but so far he's more proven than what we had last year. Way more proven than we had last year. A guy that needs to be able to adjust, because there was times in Chicago where he didn't adjust, and that scares me. But hopefully it was because of the quarterback situation, right? We found out that Justin Fields may not be the best locker room guy, right? Or somebody good to work with. Um, obviously, and all those things. So hopefully, Luke Getsy could get the job done. But like I said, these are all different people that can make a huge difference in 2024 as long as they play good and stuff like that. Shout out to everybody coming in, man. Willie Wayne, shout out to everybody. I don't know if I saluted you. Shout out to Raider Chaos. Was good, Raider Chaos. Good to see you. Hope all as well. I think Zeus will be great if he could stay healthy, and that's a fact, man. And we need him to be great. If he could be great, Chaos, our offense would be fine. A great running game will make a great passing game, and a great passing game will open it up for the run game. Zeus just needs a little bit better at his vision. His vision is a little bit not so good in finding the gaps in the offensive line. But does he have the potentials there? Yes, the potential is 100% there. Now switching schemes should help, and with Luke Getsy there, hopefully he could draw up some plays that could really help the run game and help the passing game at the same time, right? Shout out to Navy Vet. Salute. Good to see you. Hope all is well. Hope all is well. Let's see. So you feel me? Why did I just get a... Oh, I thought there was like a Raiders press conference because I got a notification. But salute to everybody coming on in, man. I appreciate you guys. But obviously those are certain players that can make and break the season, and that could help us in general. But salute to everybody coming on in, man. Salute. I hope all is well with everybody. Blessings. But today, because it's the first Monday and it's the NFL season, usually this would be the post-game show. But obviously there was no game yesterday, which, by the way, shout out to USC. Shout out to the Trojans for their first win. In the Big Ten, I believe. Shout out to you guys, man. Good win against LSU. I just want to shout out USC real quick because that was a great win and stuff like that. You already know what it is. College football has begun, by the way. I want to see Jones become a shutdown corner. He can be Chaos, and I think he's starting to be. And I go lie, the defensive line's only going to help him better, man. And I hope he could get a pick in the first game, especially. Takeaways could really be the main factors of a win or a loss in a game. 100%. So, yeah. But, yeah. Usually this would be the post game, but obviously this week there's a lot to talk about later on in the week, which is previewing the game itself, and more expectations on Wednesday, stuff like that. And then on Saturday, it would be the preview by myself of the game. But yeah, so I gotta go take care of some stuff. You feel me? A little bit of a short live today. I kind of made it into kind of a little video format. You feel me? If you could base it on the video, like the video on top, can the Raiders surprise the NFL? Something, you feel me? Pretty much. And then obviously I try to do it under 30 minutes so you guys could see it, and hopefully come back to it and watch the rerun and stuff like that, and comment down below, please, man. If you guys have a minute after the live is done right now, that's about to be, please, please, please comment down below what you expect from the season. I would greatly appreciate it. Lots of LSU fans down here. They are big mad. I would be too. Things I want to see this Sunday versus Chargers. Minshew not turn the ball over. Rush defense to show up. AP improvement with the time management. Score TDs in the red zone and don't settle for field goals. Hey, Galatarian, you said it best, man. But I'm going to preview the game Wednesday and Saturday, man. So stay tuned for that. But I have a similar little bit of an outlook there, man. You practically hit the nail on the coffin, right? I really want to beat the Chokers week 1. Hey, I hope so, man. I hope so, and I hope it happens, right? And I believe it will happen. Shout out to Circus, right? SC's biggest hater in the building. What's good, Circus? 10-7 or 11-6. Hey, I'm hoping, man. I'm hoping. But I try to make it to video format, y'all. Obviously, I would go on for 30 more minutes, but because the first Monday and it's right before a game, I don't want to say too much because I want to preview it Wednesday and Saturday, man. So stay tuned for that. If you guys don't know the schedule itself, it's right here. Mondays at 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 8:30 p.m. Eastern, for about an hour to an hour and a half. Usually it is. Only today was short because obviously it's the first Monday of the pretty much the start of the week of the regular season, right? And then obviously a 2 for 1 Nation podcast on Wednesday. We're gonna preview Saturday's game, Sunday's game. Then Saturday I'm gonna preview the game on my own on about Sunday. It's probably like the calm before the storm, right? Right there. So obviously, please, please, please stay tuned for that and follow on Instagram to see when I'm live and stuff like that. But I greatly appreciate everybody that came on by. A little bit of a short live. You feel me? I expect Brandon Faceless to still be in crutches. I know he got cut, but I'm petty. I feel that, man. But salute to you guys, man. Blessings to you guys and your families, man. Like I said, I try to make it into a little video format because of the first Monday. And hopefully you guys can watch the rerun. And it's not too long for you to watch it until somebody else goes live. Because I know I believe Ben might be the one to be live in 30 minutes or something. So you could watch this show back. You feel me? A little bit of a quick little rundown of the expectations this upcoming year. So I appreciate you guys. Blessings to you guys and your families, man. Tough to never last, but tough people do, man. I'll catch you guys Wednesday. Remember. Wednesday, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 9 p.m. Eastern on Wednesday. And then Saturday, 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 4 p.m. Eastern, man. I greatly appreciate y'all. Blessings. Hit that like button on the way out. Tough to never last, but tough people do. Life is too short, so always tell your loved ones you love them. And on that note, y'all, I am out. Peace.
1, 2.